Let's talk footy. Melbourne's Joy 94.9. Dougal, Austin and Cale Morton with you. And Cale, joining us in the studio now, very special guest. Introduce her for us.
Mate, we've got with us Fiona Pattern from the Sex Party. Hello, Fiona. Australian Sex Party. Sorry, I'll be honest, I didn't know a whole lot about it before tonight. But how you going?
Yeah, well, actually.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's been a bit of a wild show, as you've seen.
It has. It has. I'd just like to put my hand up for some synchronised swimming coaching.
Wow.
I am actually a synchronised swimmer.
You're joking?
No.
Well, perhaps you can jump in my corner.
Yeah.
Because Dougal tells us actually he's quite good at it already, so I'm the one who maybe needs the help. But a bit of synchronised swimming.
No, actually I'm a swimmer, but
Oh.
my coach used to make us do synchronised swimming as part of our fitness training. Because
Wow.
it's really, really hard.
Oh, is it hard?
Yeah.
You might have to think twice about this one.
I know, because you've got to tread water whilst you're in the...
Well, and you've got to kick your legs up
Yeah.
while your head's down. And
Sounds very interesting.
Now, Fiona, thanks for coming in. You're standing in for the by-election on Saturday. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm sure you're going to smash it to victory.
Yeah, thank you.
As in footy terms, kick your way to victory,
Yep.
you know, 6 points for a goal.
Yep. Well, there's 16 other candidates, so
It's like the
I'm gonna
AFL ladder.
I'm going to have to do quite a bit of kicking to get through.
Minus GWS, because they're the 18th team, so they're not participating in the
No.
not participating in the election this year. But tell me, you come down from New South Wales, barracking for the Swans.
Yeah, so I moved down here a couple of years ago, and Swans have been my team. And I've been kind of avoiding the whole, you need to pick a Melbourne team for a couple of years. But now running in the Melbourne by-election, where it covers North Melbourne, Flemington, Kensington, it covers Carlton, it covers Melbourne. I'm sort of feeling like I'm going to have to pick a team.
You pretty much have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you'd get a couple of extra votes if you declared that, you know, your love for a Victorian football side.
Well, in fact, someone was tweeting to me today saying, if you pick the Pies, they don't care what your policies are, but if you like them, they'll vote for you.
That doesn't sound like a Collingwood supporter would say that. They've usually got more brains than that.
Yeah, I heard some of the other teams may be more discerning. You know?
That's Chris and Cam on drive earlier.
Yeah, that's yeah. They were Pie supporters, weren't they? So
Cold pie supporters.
a lot of people have been saying Carlton. You live in Carlton.
That'd be logical.
Would be logical.
Or you live in Melbourne. Go for Melbourne.
That's right. I live in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Go for Melbourne.
Whilst
I'm going
we're
into
there,
Melbourne.
Cale, I told you earlier in the day, mate, you've got to come up with 5 reasons why Fiona should follow Melbourne. You've come up with your 5 reasons. What are they?
I haven't got my 5 reasons on me at the moment. I'm still searching
Coming
for
up
a
with
bit of paper, mate.
See, someone said North Melbourne because they're just really desperate and they really need some friends.
Well, you see, if you're a North Melbourne supporter, you'd have to travel down to Tasmania to watch some of their home games.
Yes.
Now that's inconvenient.
That is very inconvenient, actually.
That's number one. You see,
strike against North Melbourne.
At the Melbourne Football Club, we play all our home games at the MCG, which is the mecca of football.
But then did I hear you also play up in Darwin?
Look, we're playing...
Just once.
But I don't mind that.
That's
like,
just,
Darwin in winter's
nice
good.
Yeah, exactly. See, we're smart. We look after
that's
ourselves.
right.
That's point number 2. That's why we should support Melbourne, because we know how cold it is down here in Melbourne in the winter. So we do send a game up to Darwin just to warm up our supporters.
All right. Well, that's a big plus.
Yeah, that's 2 points I've come up with already.
2 points, yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps I'll come up with a couple more later on.
Yeah, the third point would be the open training sessions.
Oh, no, I'm going to come up with a couple later on. I'll come up with a couple.
Well, you know,
See, unfortunately, like also that one of my favourite colours is blue, and they're all blue.
Oh, well, there you go. The
Yeah.
Melbourne Football Club, red and blue.
Yeah.
Predominant colours. That's point number 3. We're rattling off.
And red is half the colours of the Sex Party.
I did notice that.
It
I was
is,
quite
yes,
pleased
red.
to see.
We won't mention what
Half
team
the
would
colours
be
of the
our
Sex Party.
colours.
And point number 4 is I think Fiona looked very good in red. So perhaps that Melbourne jumper or some Melbourne paraphernalia of some sort.
So
Looked very good on
that's
Fiona.
point number 4.
That's point number 4.
And point number 5.
Mate,
Drum
point
roll.
number 5 still coming. Still coming. Oh, well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to win a grand final within the next 5 years.
Within the next 5 years.
In the next 5 years.
See, I'm hoping to win an election long before that, but
that's all right.
yeah.
Now,
It's all about the future.
has he managed to convince you?
Look, I think that I'm still waiting to hear. I mean, I'd love to hear from some of the listeners about their points on this.
If that, listeners do text in, whether Fiona should follow Melbourne, but it is her choice after all. So, 0427 at Joy 949. But if Cale hasn't convinced you, can I present you with something that might convince you?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, Kale,
This is in a PG period.
Yes, that's right. And Dougal did prepare.
I went down, Fiona, to Target.
You went down to Target.
All the way.
All the way down to Target.
And, can I just put this around your neck?
Go clothes shopping
Just a nice Melbourne scarf.
Probably,
but he's come up with a lovely Melbourne scarf.
It is actually a very lovely Melbourne scarf.
Now that looks fantastic on you, Fiona.
It does.
So hopefully that's convinced you there. Yeah.
That is something Dougal and I came up with earlier on today to try and convince you to become a Melbourne supporter.
See, did you have to go to the women's department to get this?
No.
I didn't think so.
Unisex.
No.
One size fits all.
Yeah, exactly, unisex. Exactly, but
that's a little.
Well, I was gonna
have the theme song playing in the background, but unfortunately the battery in my laptop went flat earlier today, so
hey, that's all right.
Couldn't do that.
But that that's a gift from us to you, Fiona.
It looks so good. I did go and watch a Melbourne game.
You did? Which game?
It was last year, and it must have been the Swans Melbourne game.
Oh,
was this round one when it was a draw?
Round one, the draw.
Yeah.
Did you play them?
Well, I didn't play. I was injured. But look, that's
it was quite a game.
Close game.
Yeah, it was
a great spectacle for you to
see.
see.
It was. I took my niece, who was 3 at the time, and she will actually be a great footballer.
Well, when you said you'd watched a game last year, by law of percentages, I was thinking it was probably going to be a game that we lost.
Yeah, that's
But I was actually quite pleased to hear that it was
not.
a game we got 2 points from. We
I actually got lucky on that one, didn't I?
You did. Well done. Maybe you're a good luck omen. You're a charm.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Point number 6.
Fiona, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much for the scarf. I will let you know. I will sleep on this.
Sleep on this, right?
And I'll let you know via Twitter.
Via Twitter, at Footy Joy.
At Footy Joy.
All right. Text message. No.
No.
Nick doesn't think you should be a Melbourne supporter.
You are listening to Let's Talk Footy on Melbourne's Joy 94.